Today I'm going to show you my top 10 budget knives that I just been EDCing the heck out of, and most of them are right in that budget sweet spot between $40 and $60. Hey, how you doing? If this is your first time here, welcome to the channel. My name is Jay. Now go ahead and consider clicking on that subscribe if you're looking for knife reviews that get right to the point. And of course, like all the links to buy for everything that I'm about to show you, I'll be sure and put them down in the description. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Number 10, how about from K-Bar? This is the Gerber BK40. I really do love how this whole package looks. I mean, the handle, especially that blade shape, look at that. Just a gorgeous drop point. Pretty awesome of them that they not only gave us like a deep carry wire pocket clip, but they went ahead and they made it movable to check this out. Yeah, that's 4 different positions. I think it's kind of weird that the handle traction, that it's not a little bit better, especially for a knife that's kind of marketed as being like a harder use folder. And these GFN handle scales, yeah, they're a bit thick at about 0.68 inches, but it's also, that thickness is, well, it's part of the reason why the handle is just so darn comfortable in hand. You know what, the action, it's not great, but hey, whatever. I mean, it's not the end of the world. Unfortunately, though, the vertical blade play, yeah, that, on the other hand, kind of is. Here's number 9. This is going to be from Ontario Knife Company, and this is the Bessera. Based solely on the pictures that are on Amazon, I kind of thought that this knife was just a little bit bigger. My favorite features are, well, the blade shape and that action and the texture that's on this micarta. It was dropping shut pretty much like right out of the box. And considering the low price tag, this micarta, it really does feel pretty good. I really don't understand what the deal is with this ridiculously small finger choil. It's clearly not going to be a sharpening choil, because then why in the heck would you have that plunge grind? And more or less, this is a pretty kind of, bare bones design. So it is super lightweight coming in at, get this, only about 2.4 ounces. Now these scales, they are not at all symmetrical. But I guess, that's kind of minor for me anyway, just because it really does not affect, how it cuts. Number 8, I got from Kizer. This is the Swayback. Hey, can I tell you, I was so excited when I ordered this because finally, I'm able to get my hands on this super fidgety button lock. Well, guess what? It isn't that one. Yeah, I'm so embarrassed to admit I didn't realize that there was a liner lock until it was too late and I got this, I already paid for it, and took it out of the box. I'm obviously not like a Formula One race car driver or anything like that, but how in the heck did I not see this? It is still a cool knife though, man, that is like a scalpel of a blade. And anytime that you have like a blade like this with a flipper tab, it's gonna get in the way, especially when you're cutting on a flat surface. There's just no way around it unless you use thumb studs. The action is really good, and it continues to break in nicely. Number 7 is going to be from Artisan Cutlery, and this is the small RKO. I realize this isn't a new knife. I mean, it's been around for a minute, but I just decided kind of recently to go ahead and give it a shot. I'm really glad I did. I found mine at White Mountain Knives, and that is going to be good news for you, because that means you can use my 10% off coupon code, which is just simply Lefty Love. Now, I always appreciate multiple deployment options. So we got the flipper tab and that thumb hole. Oh man, does that work? It works great for Spidey flicking this open. And the slow roll, it does work. It works too. But honestly, it kind of takes me just a second, to get the right grip on this handle, since everything is kind of compact. Now, if you're looking at that choil, okay, and you're thinking, oh, awesome, I can totally choke up on that. Forget it. No, that choil, It's way too small, and that thing is just there. It's just there for sharpening. Well, I guess, you know what? Unless maybe you got a finger like E.T. or, oh yeah, Pickle Rick. He'd probably be able to fit his finger in there. Number 6, it's going to be a Blade HQ exclusive, and this is from Real Steel. It's the G5 Metamorph Tanto. Holy cow, this thing takes up like the whole screen. I better back off a little bit, but I gotta first thank my buddy Ed for kind of giving me the heads up on this one. I had no idea that it existed. And for those of you that, that don't know, it's going to be a variant of the very popular front flipper version it does have a few differences. I mean, the most obvious one, okay, is being that, well, the blade, it's a Tanto instead of a drop point. And to open that blade, we get a standard flipper tab, instead of the front flipper, which is, for me, that is huge because I was having some trouble with that original version. Now, these handle scales, yeah, they are some really nicely textured G10, and then that is going to go ahead and replace the aluminum. Now, the last one being the price, because it actually costs $20 less, which, of course, that's fantastic considering the blade steel on this one and the original versions. They're both exactly the same, the 14C28N. But one thing that has not changed, okay, the action. Oh, yeah, it's still crazy good. Sitting at number 5, I got the Harvest, and this is from Harns. The action on this thing is it's absolutely nuts. And there is like barely, look at that. There's barely any resistance on the close, and I am really having a hard time. As a matter of fact, I can't do it. I can't get this to fail. So yeah, that's a really good D10. This has a really nice looking blade that to me almost looks like a stretched out version of the steel wheel Modus. I don't know. You take a look at it. What do you think? I don't know, guys. I think we might need, what do you think? I think we might need some more access to that liner lock. Just in case you might want to go ahead and unlock the blade with your finger like halfway down the handle. I do like the very generous forward finger choil, but even if you choose not to use it, you don't have to. The handle, look at that. Yeah, it's still going to be plenty long enough for like you big handers out there. I've definitely seen worse, but it might be kind of a tight squeeze under that pocket clip. But hey, at least, At least it's a deep carry, and oh yeah, switchable to the other side for us lefties. So hey, thank you, Mr. Harns. Number 4 is going to be another exclusive, but this one is from Smoky Mountain Knife Works, and it's the Kershaw Camshaft. Now, the original one of these, it has that blade, if you remember, that's made out of 4CR14 blade steel. So I think, hey, the D2, that's a considerable upgrade. So hey, well done, Kershaw. I absolutely love this clip point blade shape ever since I tried that standard version. So I totally jumped on this exclusive, as soon as I saw it. I did have to go ahead and put some Loctite, just a little bit of Loctite on the pivot because it kept loosening, but it's not a huge deal though. Now the listing does state that these scales are, of course, carbon fiber, but at this price point, I'm willing to bet that it's going to be, carbon fiber on top of G10. Now, because of the Speed Safe Assist, I know a lot of people don't like it, so I don't know how in demand these knives are going to be, but you might want to get over there and grab one of these before they're all gone. Number 3, I'm going to show you 2 knives from Damn Designs, just because they're so similar to each other. The first one's going to be the Cerberus, and then I also got, how about the Invictus? These are some pretty darn beefy folders, and check out that stonewash finish though. Very nice. I like the clip point blade, so on the green one, I do like that blade shape just slightly more, but the drop point, it's a little bit wider at about 1.2 1.29 versus 1.25 inches. And that's something that I usually do look for in my knives. Because of my pain in the butt disability, I don't use my right pants pocket. That's why whenever I go somewhere, everything that I'm carrying always ends up in my left pocket. So that's why I tend not to carry knives that are like super wide in pocket. So I guess, you know what? I guess that means the Invictus is going to win again, because the closed width is a little bit less than the green Cerberus. I can't really explain it. I just don't like when the pocket clip, when it sticks out past the pommel like that. And I know, looking at the two, it's not by much, but you can see the green Cerberus clip. That one does not nearly stick out as far as the one on the Invictus. And of course the action is going to be, it's great. And you've got, that big heavy blade, it does drop right shut. It was doing that out of the box. If you're looking for something really lightweight, you might want to keep looking, because both of these, they come in a little bit over 5 ounces. Not that that's a ton of weight, but it sure isn't light. Number 2 is going to be a new one from Cevi. How about the Nox? Now, Cevi has yet again raised the bar with their very first, frame lock folder. They always seem to be the ones that are setting the trends, kind of like when they started using that 9CR 18 MOV blade steel. So we'll have to see now which other budget brands start using this stuff, the Nitro V. Very slim. This is a very slim design that's made out of stainless steel. And it has a forward choil that is definitely large enough. And of course, this thing with that hollow grind, it pretty much slices through anything and everything. And as far as like the fidgeting goes, I'm going to tell you, mine, it wasn't really dropping shut like right out of the box. So I did go ahead, I added just a little bit of oil to the pivot, also put some on the actual detent itself. And you know what? Yeah, that's definitely helped. Now, before I go ahead and show you my number 1, if you're liking the video so far, hey, just let me know by giving it a thumbs up. All right, you ready to see it? How about the latest version of the FB 760 from Ganzo Firebird? This has always been like one of my all-time favorite budget knives with, incredible action. But there's always one thing that drove me nuts about it. And it's, that blue anodized hardware. But look at that. Ganzo has finally made the change that I have been praying for. Yeah, no more blue. On top of that, we get a new G10 color, and you can see it's like those, I got the bluish gray one. Everything else, though, exactly the same as the original. Yep, action and all. Up on the screen is going to be a video that I personally picked out for you to go ahead and watch next. And hey, don't forget, go ahead and click on subscribe. I got to get going, but thank you so much for watching, and I will see you at the next video. See you guys.